Hi, welcome back to Animation Teacher. Today we're going to cover the three types of deformers available in Harmony Premium. The first is going to be a bone deformer, second one is a curve deformer, and I'm just going to show you a quick sample of how to use a envelope deformer as well. We'll start off with the bone deformer. Now, what you want to do is go to your master peg of, in this case, the arm, and you want to grab this button here. You want to grab this rigging tool here to start your deformer. Now, if you go under Tool Properties, you have three options here. For the bone deformer, you just pick this one. The curve deformer is this one, and this is the envelope deformer here. This game deformer I don't quite use for animation. It's just these three mainly. This is the automatic mode, which when you get used to it, you don't have to toggle between these because you apply them in three different ways. So for the bone deformer, you basically tap the start of your deformation chain, and then you tap the second part of your deformation chain, and you tap the third part of your deformation chain. It creates a circular radius here. It creates a circular radius here, which you can expand and contract depending on how wide your elbow is. So you just kind of click and slide it as so. Okay. You can also adjust after the fact where you want your deformer to be. So if you didn't quite get it, you can just pull and adjust accordingly. Once you're happy with where it is, you just hit the transform button to set it, and then you can bend your arm like so. Now, with all deformers, it doesn't really lock in place, so you have to just be careful where you, how far you pull your deformer. Now, for things such as this, for overlaps such as this, there are things you can do with overlay underlays as well as auto patch or color overrides. But for now, this video is just covering the deformer, so that's basically how you would set it for the bone deformer. Now, to reset your deformer, simply click on the square box like so, and select this button here to reset. You'll have to do that with all the square boxes should you find yourself deforming it too much. Next up, we have our curve deformer. So our curve deformer, this one here, is applied like this. You click from the starting position and you drag to the center and you let go. You click at the end position and you drag to center and you let go. And then you hit the transform button, and now you have a nice curve deformer. Once again, if you get too far out of tune, you can actually click and reset each point here. Whoops, using that. Now you'll see that that deformer disappeared when I clicked on this show selected deformer chain. So if you don't want to show any deformer, you just click away and it'll basically deactivate the deformers. If you want both deformers to show, simply select your objects and then you just click your deformer. So in this case, you can click that, or you can highlight it all and just activate your deformers like so. Lastly, we have our flag deformer. The flag deformer is a little bit finicky, but it's kind of fun to play with if you have something like a simple flag here. So to use it, this is it here. You just basically click the edges of your flag or whatever you want to do, and you basically go in and adjust the deformer. In this case, I want to just make sure the edges are sharp, so I'm just pulling the Bezier. To control the Bezier, it's the same thing for cleanup. You're basically holding Alt to pull one angle of it at a time. And once it's straight, you can pull two angles at a time. But if you don't want to pull both angles, again, just hold down Alt and just drag to where you want it to be, like so. And then you set it using the translate tool, and now you can basically animate a waving flag. Okay, like all deformers, just make sure that you're keying everything before you move on. Sometimes you'll find yourself having to key it moving forward and moving backwards just to double check that your key is actually set properly. Well, there you go. We have our Bone Deformer, we have our Curve Deformer, and we have our Envelope Deformer. Thanks for watching. Bye.